What's good, YouTube? Knifey Sam here, back again, once again, and today, I've not made a video in a while, and I've got some new knives, and I really like them, so I'm going to do a review video on them today. So the knives that we're looking at are the Zitoon Devil's Claw. Now, I've been an AceJet guy for probably about 3 years now. I've been using the AceJet Stingers. I've been using them, loving them, getting on really well with them. But recently I thought, you know what, I need to try a few different styles of throwing knives to see if there's something fits me better. Because I've sort of got to the limit with my AceJet Stingers where I've been throwing at a decent level, the same level for the last couple of years. And I need to sort of get to the next level. And it means finding a set of knives that suits your style of throwing. So if you haven't tried many different styles of no-spin knives, definitely get a few different styles of knives. And I can definitely now recommend the Devil's Claw by Zitoon. So I'm going to compare the two today and say what I like about them both. So the AceJet Stinger is 252 grams in weight. It is 24 centimeters in length, and it is 8 inches in thickness. Now the Zitoon Devil's Claw isn't too dissimilar. It's 24.5 centimeters long, so just a little bit longer in length. It's the same thickness. It's still 8 millimeters, but they do feel thicker. I've put them next to each other down on the table. And I can't tell the difference just by looking at it, but feeling it with my finger, it just feels thicker. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're a bit heavier. They're 270 grams in weight, so 18 grams heavier than the AceJet Stinger. Yeah, and I've been absolutely loving these things. Now, I've always preferred something with a bit of a curve on the handle to help with my nose spin. But I was talking to a few people recently at the World Championships, and they were saying how they used to be like a curved kind of person. They've sort of transitioned to a more of a straight edge. And these aren't completely straight on this side. I do use this side with my finger to throw them, rather than this side, which is completely straight. There's a slight curve, a slight incline on this side. But yeah, I thought, okay, yeah, let me try something different. And you know what? I've been getting on really, really well with these. I'm not sure if it's the weight or if it is the different shape, the different style, but I think my throwing might go to the next level. Maybe. I've not been throwing these for too long, but my throwing may go to the next level because I've got some different knives here now. So I'm going to do a bunch of clips of throwing in different ways, and I'm going to come back at the end and tell you my final thoughts on these knives. Let's do it. Okay, so the first couple of clips you're going to see is between 3 and 5 meters. I might use a few different styles of throwing, but it's mainly going to be the no spin technique. I'm not much of a half spin thrower, I'm not much of a full spin thrower, so I'm going to be reviewing these based on their no spin capabilities today. Now also, these are brand new. I'm going to try not to collide them too much. I might do a few clips where I try and throw them close together, but I really don't want to damage these this early on. Okay, so even from 5 meters here, I'm not feeling like I'm having to push too much of my finger to cancel out the rotation. They fly so nicely in the air and they feel so good, especially coming out of my hand. So from 5 meters, what I got there, 12 points from 5 meters is pretty good if you're in competition. Okay, so now we get serious. Going to do some 6 and some 7 meter throws. In competition, it's the 6 and the 7s where you know sort of normally pigging out for most people. If you're a top thrower, you're sticking from this sort of distance consistently, you're going to be in with a medal shout. So we're going to go for some 6 and some 7 meter throws. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting excited because I've felt this recently. I'm getting quite accurate with these knives from 6 and 7 meters. Not only am I sticking them into the target, but they're quite close to the middle. And if, fucking hell, I think that's probably the best I've ever thrown from 6 meters. I've got a 5-pointer, and if the circle was there, that's probably almost maximum points. That's 13 points minimum. If I'm cutting lines, if the circles are more clearly there, that might be 14 or 15 points, which from 6 meters is really, really good. Okay, so there's a closer look at those, and we're going to go straight into the 7 meters now. Okay, so I've not stuck all 3 of the knives here. However, in competition, if you're scoring a 5 and a 4 from 7 meters, again, that's really good. 9 points to 7 meters, again, is going to put you up there. If you're scoring anything from 7 meters, you're doing pretty well. And if you can start getting that consistency of all 3 knives in that area, then well. So I'm consistently sticking at least 2 out of my 3 from the 7 meters. I'm scoring some decent points up as well. I think with a bit more practice, because I've not had too much practice on these, I'll start getting even more in that zone. So there was a few slow-mos for you there, and it's from 6 meters again. I've got 3 4-pointers, 12 points on 6 meters. Okay, so now for the real test. Now in competition, if in the World Championships at least, if you want to be up there in the medals on the no-spin throw, you need to score 200 points overall. So that's 4 sets or 4 rounds of 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 meter throwing. So you need to score about 50 points per round. To get there. That's about 10 points per distance, but if you pick up enough points on the close distances, you don't need as many points from the farther away distances. So we're going to do no cuts, just going to throw my first round of throws and see how many points I can score. Pretty poor from 3 meters, that was 11 points, but like I say, I can still make it up on the farther distances. That's about 12 points, so 23 overall so far. That was 13 points, so we're up to 36. That was 9 points, we're up to 45. Now for the 7 meter. So I only need 5 points from 7 meters to break that 50, that big 50 that we're looking for. And that was about 8 points, so 53 points, and that's just one take, no cuts. So I'm quite happy with these knives. Let's try some long distance. Okay, so at World Champs with my Ace Jet Stingers, I did manage to pick up bronze medal for no spin distance throwing, and the distance was 11.1 meters. We're going to try and get past 11 meters with a couple of throws on these. We got one. And that was only my second set throw, my fourth throw. But again, with a little bit of practice, that can become more consistent. Okay, so to conclude, these knives are doing me absolute wonders. They're more suited, I think, to my technique. So absolutely no hate on Ace Jet at all. I love Ace Jet, I love Ace Jet knives. It may be, I might need to try a few different styles of Ace Jet knife other than the Stinger, which I'm so used to. But throwing these have just been so well suited to me, and they're working from distance. I'm really accurate from distance when I am sticking them as well. It's yeah, it's worked me wonders. So the main thing to take away is definitely try different styles of knives. I've been stuck on the Stingers for years, and I've sort of stuck to what I've known, not really tried anything else. But as soon as I've been trying these, they've been amazing. So Zitoon knives, these cost me £100. Which again, or didn't cost me, my wonderful girlfriend, I'm sorry, bought these for my birthday, £100, and yeah, that's fucking great value for what these are as well. Compare them with Ace Jet, you're probably spending about £200 on the Ace Jet ones. I'm not sure if this was just a deal because they were at the World Championships, but yeah, Zitoon Devil's Claw, get them, they're pretty good.